Alright, welcome back to the channel, you guys. As you see in the title and the thumbnail, we're doing air fryer walleye today. It's a requested video by a few of my buddies. I told them about this recipe, and if you're like me, you've always been, deep fry or die kind of guy. That's the only way I've had fish growing up, throughout adulthood, pan fried, deep fried. But with the air fryer, I'm going to show you a method where you can get a final product that is very comparable to the deep fryer as far as flavor, crunch, and a happy crowd at the end of the day. But we're going to start with what you're going to need. First of all, you're going to want your fresh walleye trimmed, ready to go, that's soaked for at least 12 hours in buttermilk. I choose Guernsey's. This is a local brand right out of Michigan. Get you some buttermilk. Regular milk, I hear, works fine as well. You're going to want to bust up a few eggs for your egg wash. You're going to also want Andy's Red. Choose your own fish batter. This is my go-to, and also if you guys have a recommended batter for me to try something different, I'm always up for something different, and we'll get into that. But leave it in the comments if you guys got something for me to try that's different than Andy's Red that you guys like to use as your fish batter. And then we got our air fryer. Now what you're going to want to do is pay really close attention in this video, guys, because there's a few really important details to get this fish to turn out perfect as if you cooked it in a deep fryer. And if you noticed, I'm in my kitchen, cooking it in my kitchen. You guys watching this, your wives wouldn't allow this. If you had that deep fryer right here in the kitchen, the house would stink for a week. You can do it with the air fryer. So that's one pro. I'm going to go through all the pros and cons at the end of this video, from air frying to deep frying. So please pay close attention. If you have any extra questions, leave them in the comments. But I'm going to walk you through. It's basically the same batter I would use as a deep fryer, but we're going air fryer. And I'm sharing this with you guys because some people do actually pay attention and use the recipes I use. Joe Nager, he actually gave me a shout out. He tried the pike recipe that I did a couple months ago for a little catch and cook for pike, and he was pleasantly surprised. And I'm assuming that is going to be a staple in his cookbook moving forward. But let's dive into it. I'm going to get the air fryer warming up. I'm going to set it at 390. And we'll get the fish battered while that baby is warming up. And then I'm going to show you the whole process I use to get it just right. Get that perfect crunch that you're looking for that you would get as if you were deep frying it. All right, guys. So this is the part where I normally bring you around and give you the overhead view. But what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to give you a first-hand look rather than the point of view. Well, again, we got our walleye here. I'm going to go ahead and take you a few pieces, drop them into the egg wash. Let them soak in there real nice. Give them a little swirl. And one piece at a time, drop them into the Andes. Give them a little roll. You ain't got to get crazy with this stuff. I like a nice little dusting. What's going to happen is your fingers are going to get all gooped up, and that's okay, because right behind me is the sink, and you can go ahead and wash them up in between rounds here. But yeah, give her a good roll in the Andes. Also, shout out to my buddy Dave. You guys seen Dave in one or two of my videos, and he's the one that turned me on to this. He's on a big health kick. I'm not on a huge health kick. I mean, I always try to live a healthy lifestyle. And he turned me on to this one. And the first time I tried it, I was honestly blown away. So, my buddy Rich, he thinks I'm full of crap. He said, ain't nothing better than deep fry. And I told him, I said, Rich, I get it. But let me tell you, this air fryer walleye, and now you could, you can do this with any type of fish, panfish, pike, if you eat bass, whatever. This is just a healthier lifestyle. And now that we're coming into the Lenten season here, or we're in it, a lot of us are going to be eating fish on Fridays, stuff like that. And if you don't want to spend the money and go out to a fish fry, if you have fish in the freezer, or if you get a chance to get out and catch some fresh fish, that's what I would recommend, is fresh. But sometimes, every now and then, you got to clean the freezer out because you got a little left over. Give this a shot. I haven't been able to get out fishing, guys. I'm not going to talk too much about my personal life, but work has consumed my life lately, and when I do have an opportunity, it seems like the weather. Today, I mean, it looks bright in here. It's a beautiful sunshiny day, but there's like a 20-mile-an-hour north wind. Cuts right through you. Really hoping we get this weather to straighten up. I don't mind if it's cold, just stay cold. If it's going to be cold, let's stay cold. Let's make some ice again. Although I did put all my ice fishing gear away, so I really don't want to have to dig that out because I got her tucked her in pretty tight upstairs. So, and the next step of this, the very next step is probably the most important step to have the fish turn out right. So I didn't tell you guys about the final product you need, which is some type of cooking oil. This is coconut oil, non-hydrogenated, and again, you can use Pam, you can use avocado oil would be a good one, olive oil would be a good one, but regardless, they all got some type of sunflower lectin or soy lectin, something like that to help prevent non-stick. But it is 0 calorie. But I'm going to show you what I do with this here right directly. But we got our fish battered. Let's go ahead and get them in the basket, and I'll show you the settings I use on my air fryer. All right, guys. First thing you got to do is coat your air fryer. A little non-stick in there. Now, you want to go ahead and lay your fish in there. Again, I don't have a state-of-the-art air fryer. I think this is like one of the original air fryers they ever came out with. They've got a lot of nice ones out there. Ninja makes a really good one from what I hear. Okay. The most important part, pay attention. You got to take your cooking oil and spray them bad boys. Get them so they're basically wet looking like that. Now back in we go. And we're going to go start. We're going to go 6 minutes. Make sure our temp's at 390. Yep. We'll give her 6 minutes at 390. What we're going to do is pull them out, and I'll show you what we do next. All right, so it's stopped. What you're going to want to do next, don't do it like I do and put your hand in here. Get just a pair of them real nice tongs, which I've got, but for the purposes of the video, I'm going to use my hand. Okay. Part 2. There's your fillets. Spray them again. You almost want them wet looking. Back in. We'll do another 6 minutes. 390. Start. We're done. How well you guys can see it, I'll bring it a little closer for you. Now I do have a paper towel down here. That was the other thing I meant to mention. 2 bowls, 3 plates. That's how you set it up. I mean, perfect. The batter held on just perfect. A couple pieces stuck. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I had better luck. With Crunch just using regular non-stick spray than vegetable oil, right? They call it vegetable oil, soybean lectin, not healthy option. So I opted for the coconut oil. First time I'm using the coconut oil, and we're going to see what the results are. But if you want the extra non-stick property, you're going to want to go with the cooking oil, the vegetable oil. But I don't recommend it. That's why it's all the way in the back here. In the back of this maze here There, we're in. Okay. Without further ado, the taste test. And I don't know if you guys can hear the crunchiness of this, but it is fantastic. Fantastic. Try another piece here. That's 100% crunch. So you can maintain the really good crunch with the coconut oil as well. I feel like you get better non-stick property with the vegetable oil. But as far as the finished product, if you're looking for a healthy option, the next time you have fish, consider the air fryer. Consider trying this out. If you don't have one yet, don't go out and buy the biggest, most expensive one they got. Like, again, I think I got this as a Christmas present a few years ago, and we use it time to time, but we're starting to incorporate it a little bit more. All right, guys, so real quick, let's get into the pros and cons from the air fryer to the deep fryer. We're going to go pros with the air fryer. Number one, it's a healthier option. If you eat a lot of fish, I don't eat a ton of fish. I like to have it fresh. I will, if I have extra, freeze a little bit, but a lot of times I only like to keep what I'm going to eat fresh. So it's a healthier option. Number two, the cleanliness. I'm going to take this basket. It's going to go right over here into the sink. I'm going to soak it in hot soapy water, and then I'll be able to put it all away when I'm done with it and be done with the mess. Another pro, I can cook it on the comfort of my own home, right inside my own kitchen, and not have the rest of the family mad at me because the house stinks like deep fryer, like an old bar back in the day. Okay, and really the only con that I can see is that, you know, as far as texture and crunch like that, I get a good crunch with that. It's not like a flash fried fish in a deep fryer in a bath of grease type of crunch, but you get a crunch with that. I hope you guys could hear it on the microphone here. I tried to put it up close to my face while I was chewing on it so you could hear it, but you get a solid crunch. But make sure you saturate that fish, and if it doesn't look crispy before you flip it, just put it back in there for a couple more minutes. Again, I run it at 390. I know deep fryers, you know, they recommend 350, 375. I run this at 390 when I'm cooking fish. Never had an issue. So there's a lot more pros than cons to using the air fryer. You know, when you talk about a deep fryer, you're talking about a nasty mess you got to clean up when you're done. You're talking about having to constantly purchase new oil, keep your oil fresh. That's the issue with the deep fryer, is if you're not cooking in good, clean, fresh oil, it's going to taste like crap. Doesn't matter what you're deep frying. So you're constantly having to rotate the oil out and, you know, dispose of the bad oil. And a gallon of oil, I mean, the last time I think I got it, because I used peanut oil, I think it was like 15 or 20 bucks for a gallon. And a gallon is almost takes up the entire basket for my deep fryer. So that gets really expensive. It gets to really be a pain in the butt to have to constantly maintain that and keep it clean. Where this, it's as simple as pulling it out, boom, putting it in the sink, well, hot soapy water, let it soak for a half hour, scrub it up good, put it all back in the pantry, you're done. So if you guys are interested in more catch and cook, more cooking videos, fish, wild game, let me know in the comments. If you have any recipes you'd like me to try, as well as like fish batter, stuff like that, leave it in the comments for me. I'm always looking to broaden the horizon on my content and my videos. Right now I haven't been able to get out fishing due to things that are out of my control, such as the weather. But I wanted to share this recipe with you guys because I know some of you really enjoy the recipes I put out, and I think you're really going to enjoy this one. So check it out if you have an air fryer, and again, if you don't go blow your whole wad on the most expensive one out there. This one is a really, again, I couldn't tell you what it cost then, but it's not a high-tech air fryer. So just something small like this will get you started. Thank you guys again for watching. If you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. Hit the little bell notification. That way you're notified every time I upload a new video. Hoping to get back on the water to do some fishing here real soon. Going to be walleye jigging again. Smallmouth season's coming right up and around the corner. I've got some kayak tournaments I'm getting into. A lot of informative videos that I'm working on to get out to you guys for this upcoming spring fishing season. Thank you guys again for watching. We'll see you on the next one.